Now we come to the modern engine, the turbine engine, the jet. And what you have just heard is a Meteor. Now the Meteor was the first jet-propelled fighter in service. It had two jets. It was a twin, a single-seater, and it was made by Gloucesters. And right towards the end of the war, they used them a little bit over the other side, and over this side I think I right in saying they used to tip up those pilotless German doodlebugs. The Meteor was the first jet I flew personally in 1945, and I remember getting into it on the runway at Tangmere and thinking, well, God heavens above, this thing's going to go like a rocket, you know. And you wound it up on the brakes and to full throttle, and then you let the brakes go, and pressing oneself back against the back of the cockpit, you thought, my goodness, it's going to come in a minute, and it trundled off down the runway like an old lorry, and it never moved at all until you actually got it into the air, and then you got a bit of acceleration. But it's the most extraordinary feeling that I recollect, or one of the most extraordinary. However, this was the first, and as I say, the Germans had the Messerschmitt 262 on their side, but they didn't really tangle with each other, I don't think, and so one never really knew what had happened. I suppose the Meteor had a maximum speed of about 550, 560, that sort of thing, which was a pretty large advance on the piston engine stuff. Of course, the jet now, I mean the jet engine, and I'm not being old-fashioned, but they all make such a ghastly noise that you can't possibly tell what is taking off or what the noise is or anything else. It just concusses one's eardrums. And anybody who's been at Farnborough when they fire off down the runway and then put in some reheat, it really makes one duck one's head sort of under the seats to try and avoid the terrible strain on one's ears.